Okay. Here we go. So here's notes. For 14. We're going to continue with our content from yesterday. So we're going to be looking at these cone. How do we find the volume of a cone? Well, if you look at a cone, here's the picture of a cone. It comes up here, and most of you are okay with that. So here's my R, and here's the height. It's going to make an right angle with the center and your radius. Okay. You can actually fit 3 cones into one cylinder. You might not believe that, but it's true. So the volume of your cone, let me change colors here. The volume of your cone is 1/3 pi r squared h. Now, when you're looking at the problems on the paper, you don't need to copy the problems. You need to just write down the information. So they tell me that the diameter all the way across is 18 and the height is 18. Okay, so what's my R?
9.
9. Okay, because it goes halfway across. So now let's fill in what we need. Volume is equal to 1/3 pi 9 squared times 18. This is number 19. Okay. So what are we going to do first? What part of this? Remember your order of operations. What does our order of operations say to do first?
Exponents.
Exponents. Okay, so I'm actually going to do this part first. So volume is equal to 1/3 pi 81 times 18. Now, with multiplication or division, you can actually, if either of these numbers are divisible by 3, you can actually do that first. So like 3 goes into 18 6 times. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just make my multiplication easier. So 3 went into 18 6 times. So we have pi 81 times 6. So then when I multiply it out, volume is equal to 486 pi units cubed, whatever the units were. Oh, they were kilometers. Okay. And that was it. So hard or easy, what do you think? Go ahead and try the problem. You should get a number in the 2000s. Put your answer in the chat box. Good. So just to do a recap, what I did was I wrote out the 12 3 times because it's cubed. If I can divide this 3 into any of those numbers, I will. And then I went 4 times 4 and got 16. 12 times 12 got 144. Multiplied those together and got 2,304 pi units cubed. Any questions on that? So on number 1, assignment number 33, number 1. We have a rectangular prism. It's my mailbox, sorry. Okay, the top is 4 by 10. Four by 10, and the height is 12. Okay. So on your homework, you can actually just write the length equals 10, the width equals 4, and the height equals 12, and then work it out. Okay. But remember, when you're looking at this, this is a base. You have a top and you have a bottom. And the height, I'm going to write this over here. The height is the number that connects the two bases. And in this case, they're rectangles. So we know that the volume is equal to length times width times height. So put that in your calculator and tell me what you get. Good. Nice. Yep, there's no circle involved. So yep, you guys got this. Nathan, you need the 0 on the end. Okay, so length is 10 times 4 times 12. 4 times 12 is 48 times 10. Notice I can do it in any order I want. Okay, but so 480. In this case, it is centimeters cubed. Then you're done. So remember that the H is a number that connects the two bases, whatever shape it is. Whether it's the triangular prism, we want the number that connects the two triangles. That'll be your H for the problem. Okay. Okay, anybody still writing? Okay. We did number 2 in our notes. Let's do number 3. So we got this, it looks like a stick of butter. Okay, so this is 1 and 1 and 3. Okay, so go ahead and length times width times height and tell me what your answer would be. Good. Aiden's got it. Nathan's got it. Guys, this is still participation. Good. Ethan, Marisol, nice. Let's make. Okay, Daniela, thank you for letting me know. We're going to make one screen of just formulas. Okay, so the rectangular prism. This is for volume. So volume is equal to length times width times height. Now that can also be a square prism. Length and width will just be equal. It's just the same. Okay, and then triangular prism. Triangular prism. Volume is equal to 1/2 little b times little h. That's the triangle itself times the big H, which is H, remember, is big H is the number that connects the two triangles. Trapezoidal prism. That wasn't very good. Let me try that again. Prism. Volume is equal to the area of the trapezoid, which is going to be 1/2. This is my little h. H times B1 plus B2 times the big H. And then your cylinder volume is equal to pi r squared times h. Your cone volume is equal to basically 1/3 of your cylinder, pi r squared h. And last, your sphere volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. Take a screenshot of that one. Okay, so there's all your formulas in one place. Go ahead and make sure you have that written down. Take a screenshot, whatever you need to do. Okay. Hopefully that helped. Just another one. Anybody still writing? Okay. Let's do number 7. So our cylinder looks like this. That's attached. Okay. Bottom is 10 and the height is 10. So your volume is equal to pi r squared h. Go ahead and fill it in. Put your answer in the chat box, and the units are centimeters. You need an R and you need an H. Okay. So let me recap. Then my recording paused. So I have a trapezoid. The bases are 3 and 8. The height of that trapezoid is 4.3. That's the perpendicular one. The number that joins the two trapezoids together would be 8. Okay, so then this is the formula for my trapezoid volume. So let's fill it in. So V is equal to, actually, I think I want blue. 1/2. The H of my trapezoid is 4.3. And then my bases are 3 plus 8. And my height of the prism is 8. This is my H over there. Okay, that's the numbers, and we just have to fill it in. Okay, so we have, this is 11. So half of 4.3 times 11 times 8. Okay, if you put all that in your calculator, you actually get 99.9. No, you don't. Sorry. Never mind. You'll get 99.9. Who's number? Oh, that was number 12. Good. Yeah, some of you have actually put it in the chat box already. You get 189.2. And the units for inches cubed. So here's a question though. Where did we need that 5? That 5 over here? What's up with the 5? Any ideas? It's very tempting to use the 5. Okay, but it's not needed. This 5 is actually this slanted edge right here. Let's see, what color can I use? That 5 is actually that right there. And that's not anything in our formula. So we don't actually need it. That's what they call extraneous information, not needed. The only thing you need is the top and bottom of your trapezoid, the height in between, and then the number that connects your two trapezoids. Okay, H is the number that connects your two figures. Questions on that? Let's try another one because those can be pretty difficult or at least a little challenging. Okay, let's look at another one. Let's do number 11. So they give us the trapezoid. And they tell us that this is 10. This is 12. This is 6. This is 6.3. This is 7. Okay, so they give us all that information. It's a little hard to read right there. Okay, 6.3. Okay, so let's plug it into our formula. B is equal to 1/2 H of my trapezoid, B1 plus B2. That's the trapezoid. Times big H. Put that in your, write all that information in. Simplify and put your answer in the chat box. Okay, so I'm going to recap that just to make sure. So looking at this, your B1 is 6. Your B2 is the same number as that back number. Okay, so we're going to fill it in. The height of your trapezoid is always the perpendicular, nice and tall, straight up and down. Okay. H is the number that connects the two trapezoids, which would be 10. Now, so we start filling it in. We have 1/2, 6.3, and then 6 plus 12. That's the trapezoid. Notice that we don't even need that, that 7 up there. It's useless information. So multiply this together. I'm going to take half of my 18 to get the 9. So 6.3 times 9 times 10, 9 times 10 is 90. And when you multiply 6.3 times 90, you get 567 cubic units. Okay. Let's go ahead and do number 14. Excuse me. Number 14 is my triangular prism. Remember, volume is equal to 1/2 base times height, that's of my triangle, times big H. So that's of my triangle times big H. Okay, so the picture that they give us looks like a tent. But we know that this is a right angle up there. So this is a right angle. But here's what they tell you. This is 3. This is 5. This is 6. And that's 4. So a lot, okay, not a lot, but several of these, primarily the triangle and the trapezoid, have extra information. That extra information would be the slanted part. In this case, a hypotenuse. So I need the two numbers that join the right angle. I need this number and I need this number. That's my base and height. This is going to be my little base and my little height. So what is B? Anybody? No, guys, it was pretty obvious what's B. Can someone say what B is? Okay, how about put it in the chat box? What's B? The base of my triangle. Thank you, Emma. Yes. Anybody else? Well, guys, there's 21 of you. I know more than one person knows what the base is. Thank you, Jackie. I need to know, guys, that you're tracking with me. This is your participation. Do I need to repeat the question? Because 2 people out of 21 is not the kind of response that I'm looking for. So according to the picture, What is the base of my triangle? Okay, thank you very much. As you guys can't differentiate the base of the triangle, okay, it's actually labeled with a B. The base and height, it doesn't matter which one's which. Okay, but the B is labeled. Thank you. It is labeled 3. Okay, the height. How big is this side over here? How big is this side? It's not labeled on that line, but it's labeled in your figure in the problem. How big is that one? How big is your H of your triangle? Okay, thank you, Ram. Yep. It's a little more tricky. Who else? The formulas are pretty easy, but if you can't take the numbers off of the picture, it's going to be hard. This is going to be not doable. So is the H of your triangle 6, 5, or 4? No, it's not the 3. Is it the 6, the 4, or the 5? Thank you, Emma. Look at the direction of the H. Is there anything else that's similar to it? Is it like maybe parallel? Okay, I appreciate you guys trying. Okay. Think about our parallelograms. Would the H be, thank you, Nathan, 6, 4, or 5? A few people have gotten it. Okay. So looking at it, this is the same number as that, because it's our parallelogram. So B equals 3, little b of my triangle. The H of my triangle is 4. And the number that connects the two triangles, that connects this triangle and this triangle back here. What's the one number that connects the two triangles? Okay, good. Who's got it? That's going to be our big H. Okay, ask yourself, does 5 connect the two triangles? No, because that's part of the one triangle on the bottom. What's the number, thank you, Aiden, that connects both triangles together? Okay, thank you, Ram. Nathan, good. Good. It's 6. That's the one that connects the two triangles together. Let's plug it in our formula. Plug it in and tell me what you get. This is kind of mental math. If you do your inside first and get 12, half of 12 is 6. times 6, or 36 units cubed, and you're done. Okay. So we kind of ran out of time. Let's do one quick cone problem. Like number 20. Here's your cone. This time the radius is 7 and the height is 14. The volume is equal to 1/3 pi 7 squared times 14. This one they actually, oh, never mind, I won't say that. Okay, so they do give a decimal with pi. Okay, but you're welcome to do either one. Okay, so you have 1/3 pi times 49 times 14. 49 times 14. 686. So you could do 686 divided by 3 pi, or you could leave it as, put a decimal, and they get 228.67 pi. I'm more used to this, but the answer sheet has that. Okay. So that brings us to the end of our time. So what questions might you have?